Guys, the people of God have come out now. They come out now, they know they hide again to talk waiting Iran they do them, you understand? You know, before they they know they agree make media bring those things out, you understand? Like in the land of God now, there is no media that is reporting live from their cities, you understand? But I'm going to play a video of this the people of God's citizen, you understand? This guy was crying, and not just crying, he started asking for funds. Say maybe they fund the people of God, say they are hungry now. They never even do anything on a don't they're hungry. I don't understand. They never do anything, just 12th day. Today is the 12th day. Una don't they hungry, una don't they come out for social media, come they beg for money. All this while when they buy Iranians, they place them on sanction, they use poverty, create poverty for them. Iran never bring out any website say make we go donate money for them. Now so they stomach every hardship. On top of that hardship, they build better missile. Make it be like say, na me talk am, just watch.
The Iranians have launched a cluster ballistic missile towards the Jewish state of Israel, towards us. And this is very dangerous because it's very hard to intercept.
Okay.
Instead of launching an anti-rocket defensive system against one target, it separates into 6 or more small missiles as it enters the Israeli atmosphere and the Israeli airspace. This is why we had some injuries because of this missile. And the Iranians are not targeting just the military bases. They're targeting the civilians. Me, my family, and hundreds of thousands of Israelis that live in communities in Center Israel. So if you want to stand with the people of Israel in this time when they are under attack, under fire, help them in practical ways, financially, emotionally, you can go to bless-israel.org. Again, that's bless-israel.org. Help Meir Panim, help Israelis in need. Help
Israelis in need. I don't understand. They never start the war. It's just 1 weekend. Whenever they beg, I don't understand what that. Why? Chai. See, they even get mind to talk say they are targeting civilians. Come to Iran. Let me show you the school where your God go there, go bomb children. Yeah.
A guy tell me that the economy is booming and that the only reason people are struggling is because they're not working hard enough. Yep, so for all of us struggling, we're just not working hard enough. Does this guy realize that today there are people who are making $30,000 to $50,000 more a year than they were making 3 to 5 years ago, but they are struggling more today than 3 to 5 years ago? Has this guy walked through a grocery store? Has he seen the price of chips? Has he seen the price of cereal? Has he seen the prices of anything? Does he realize that we have elderly who, in order to put food on the table, are having to go work at Walmart even though they're 80 years old? Does he realize that people who are in their 30s and 40s, who do have a job, who do have a good career, have moved back in with their parents because they can't afford the price of rent and they can't buy a home right now because the interest rates are so high and the prices of homes are so high? And then you add on property taxes, and then you add on home insurance. People can't afford that. And it's not as simple as go get a better job, go get a second job. It's not that simple. Telling a mom like me to go get a second job when I'm already working a full-time career and I already have a 2-hour commute every day, I don't have time for that. Okay, so what? I go get a second job and now I'm never with my children? How is that worth it? Oh, and now I have to go pay more daycare expenses? How is that worth it? Okay, we have a lot of people in this country, in this world, struggling, and the answer is not to bury your head in the sand and act like nothing's going on. Do not tell me the economy is booming. The economy is not booming when people are struggling the way they are. And when I mean people, I mean people that have good jobs, who have good degrees, who have 2 incomes coming in their house, and the family is still struggling. That's not a booming economy.
There's no siren going on right now, and yet there's these things in the sky blowing up. Jesus Christ. Look, over there. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not a star. Anybody would like to tell me what that is? Please let me know. Please let me know. Oh, Yo, there's loads of them, bro. Wait. Look. Those are drones. I think those are drones, bro. I think those are freaking drones, bro. Bro, I think those are drones. They were sending drones. Right now. They were sending drones, and I'm literally finna. What? Oh my goodness. Oh my God! Wait, did y'all? I think my camera just got that. Hold on. I gotta go back and look. Yeah. You saw it? Yes, I think I did. Oh my God! Oh shit! Guys! What the fuck? Oh my God! Come on. Oh my God! Stop! Destiny, that's right near us, bro. What the fuck? Oh my God! Oh. Why was this siren not going?
And then do your video? Because it was Israel shooting, so it's not. She got all of them.
And do is just stay the course and follow directions when they come. Look, over there! Oh my God!
Destiny Littleton is now back home in Los Angeles. Welcome to the Story Is for the first time.
Thank you. Wow, that video gave me chills.
Yeah, well, describe what was going through your mind as you filmed it. What was happening there?
Yeah, especially the one where you can see the interceptor missiles do their job. That was a very scary moment for us. It was late at night, and we were sitting on the couch just watching TV, and one of my teammates went out for fresh air and said, "Oh my gosh, there's these red things in the sky." And so we all jumped out there. There were no sirens, no alerts, and that scared us even more. And then the more we looked, they just felt closer and closer. And, we can hear them, we can see them. It was more and more coming in the sky. And that night was probably one of the rougher nights.
Because a lot of Israelis who have lived there for a while or lived there their whole lives, they've seen a lot of the Iron Dome at work, basically intercepting missiles as they come in. Had you ever seen anything like this before?
Only on movies. It was honestly surreal to me. And, in the video, you heard me say, "Are those drones?" I didn't even know what those were. And, obviously later after I posted the video, people informed me that that's the Iron Dome doing its job. But in the moment, we didn't know what that was.
You're pretty grateful for that Iron Dome?
100%. I mean, it kept me safe. It kept my teammates safe. And, it wasn't 100% effective. It did touch down actually in a city maybe 10 minutes away from us. So, we were pretty lucky.
Yeah, some do get through despite that Iron Dome being pretty effective most of the time. What did you get a sense in terms of the mood of Israelis? Are they feeling scared?
Honestly, I don't think they are. I mean, the outpour of support that they've given me was, "Hey, I've been through this before. I've lived here all my life. You're okay. The Iron Dome is safe. You're gonna be okay." And, it was a realization, but I don't I'm not used to this. And, and then obviously in the normal life, you see people playing on the swings and driving their cars. And, I'm scared to just take a step foot on the patio. So It's definitely a drastic difference in lifestyle.
Why?
I really don't.
What do you think of black people?
I don't like them.
Why?
I really don't. Because
a neighbor decides to call the police, and it results in a man's wife and child being deported. Here it is.
Antonio, look, man, I am so very sorry what happened. I had no idea that was going to happen, man. It just,
you know exactly what you were doing. You know exactly what you were doing. Exactly.
No, I didn't. How could I see this coming? How could
You know why? You know why I know? You know why I know? Because I told you, we talked a few weeks ago. I said, I'm doing a lot of work on my house right now. I said, if I'm too late and too loud at night, I said, please come talk to me and tell me I will take care of it to be more quiet. What do? You did not come talk to me. You called the police instead, and now my wife and daughter are gone.
That was just a really bad judgment call on my part. I'm really, really sorry. It was late at night.
You have always had it out for us. You've always had it out for us. You never wanted us in the neighborhood. You're a liar.
Oh, come on, man. I don't mind you being in the neighborhood. I love Mexican people. I've got all kinds of Mexican friends. We had a Mexican lady that cooked and cleaned for us. She was wonderful.
There it is right there. That is exactly what I'm talking about. That right there, what you just said, is what I've always known about you. Always.
Oh,
always.
Come on, man. Oh, come on.
You're a liar. You're a damn liar.
Okay. He is asking, are you willing to let him off the hook?
No. You know why? Because this man, he's supposed to be my neighbor, my friend. What did he do? He tore my family apart. My wife and daughter are gone now. Okay? I will never let this man off the hook because this man does not see me for what I am. He sees me as a gardener, a construction worker, a cleaning person. He does not see me as a human. And I will never, ever let him off the hook, ever.
Put it up for Mass. I'm going to explain what you just heard. The heated conversation between the man and his Latino neighbor took place on a segment on 102.9 KBLX radio. Both men had called in to discuss the matter, but things quickly went south as the neighbor called out the heartless man for calling ICE on his own family. His actions resulted in the neighbor's family supposedly being deported. The radio host then interjected, tried to cool things down, although both expressed sympathies to Antonio. They claim the guilt-stricken man is called in to apologize. Antonio, understandably, doesn't accept the apology and accuses the man of being a liar. I don't know how I would respond if somebody who's supposed to be my friend and my neighbor did something that resulted in my wife and my child no longer being in my home.
They got to put some boots on the ground in Iran. It's going to get a little bit more serious than what people think. We're talking about bodies now, and they need bodies in the United States. The draft is about to get out of control. It's people who living right now who've never seen a draft like this. They're about to start knocking on doors, and they going inside the prisons. The United States is about to need bodies. If you shoot people, they sending you over there. I promise you right now, you're going to start seeing the National Guards come in the city. You're going to be wondering why they're there. They're there to pick some people up. We need bodies over there. If they're talking about putting people on the ground in somebody else's country, is not what people think. We already got people in the air and in boats. We need some more bodies. And this draft is just about to be ridiculous. So watch what I tell you.
Donald Trump's kids should be on the fucking front lines.
Yeah, could Barron get drafted?
Yes.
Okay.
He should.
You would be okay with Haley's son Roman being drafted? Your
Yes. Absolutely. Wow.
Mom, would you be okay with that?
To fight for the freedom of our country? Yes. You'd want my kids going to Iran to fight a war that Donald Trump started. You'd want my kids involuntarily on the front lines. I didn't say on the front lines. Dad volunteered for that bullshit. My kids aren't. For the freedom of our country? Fuck this country. Fuck Donald Trump. Okay, we don't fuck everything this government stands for. This is an embarrassment. And the fact that you would send my kids to war is disgusting. I'm sorry you would say that, Haley. You should be sorry. I'm for freedom of our United States. That's disgusting. You put your president. You just put our president over my children, your own family, because you are a patriot. No, I'm for freedom of our United States. Mom. Freedom means you don't get fucking drafted. No, you don't believe in freedom. That's words that we need. No, that's not freedom.
Smart enough to know I got drafted.
That's your fucking problem.
No, it's not.
Wow. Yeah, it is.
Was happy to go.
You signed up for the military.
Was happy
your
to
fucking
go.
problem. My kids didn't sign up for the military.
Oh, and I almost forgot. Let me put this shit out in the ether, out in the streets. My kids, my two sons, one of which is 19, freshman in college. The other is 21, works for a multi-billion-dollar race team, travels all over the country, living his best life. They've got their whole lives ahead of them. They are not, and I repeat, they are not fucking going to fight a war for a fucking foreign entity and die when they've got their whole lives ahead of them. Not fucking happening. My sons aren't going. Draft, I don't give a fuck about a draft. They're not going. I'm just, like I said, I'm putting this out in the streets right now. I don't give a fuck. They're not going. It's not fucking happening. Or anyone I know is not going to let their sons go over there and fucking die for this madness. Not going to fucking happen. Regime change. I don't give a fuck. Go to fight for oil, steal gold, the third temple. I don't care. They're not going. They're not going. You can come and get me first. You can come and get me. I'm in good enough shape. And I don't give a fuck. Like I said, just letting you know. Not going. It's not happening. You're not taking my sons over to some foreign land to die for your fucking proxy war and your fucking money laundering war. It's not happening. It's not happening. I hope you see it. And I hope you know, myself or anyone I know is not going to allow it to happen. So are millions of people. It's just not going to happen. All right? So do what you got to do. You're not getting my sons.
Why would the U.S. quite possibly go to war in the Gaza Strip?
Because Big Daddy said so. And the U.S. is not Big Daddy.
Elaborate.
I don't know. I'll let some viewers think about that one, but why are we going to go fight somebody else's problem? How can somebody else say to us that has nothing to do with this, we need you to come over here and help clean house on our behalf? Why? There's trouble all over the world, but why for them? Why? Why do we have to jump what we're doing, stop what we're doing? You know, not going to mess with Ukraine, and we're not going to support that. We're going to stay out of Ukraine. We're going to stay out of this, but we're going to hop into this because they said so. I don't know, this is weird. Really, really, really weird. Why are we doing that? Who's in control? Who runs what? I don't know. I don't think that who we've been told runs the show is not the one who runs it. But all you got to just see is when somebody says jump, and we start jumping, and we're asking how high, is the person we're asking that to.
About 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me. And one of the generals called me and he said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, No. He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They've just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we got a good military and we can take down governments." And he said, "I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, And by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, oh, it's worse than that. He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. The truth is about the Middle East is, had there been no oil there, it would be like Africa. Nobody is threatening to intervene in Africa. The problem is the opposite. We keep asking for people to intervene and stop it. And there's no question that the presence of petroleum throughout the region has sparked great power involvement. Whether that was the specific motivation for the coup or not, I can't tell you, but there's always been this attitude that somehow we could intervene and use force in the region.